So, yeah, that's about it. I think we're done with YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
fed up with YouTube, and we're
I'm
going to
glad
try
that.
other avenues. And we have the radio station, which is pretty much all I care about is the radio audience.
Oh,
Because we really
absolutely.
don't do anything here that's visual. I mean,
No.
we talk,
Yeah. And if
you
anything, we
know.
can describe
Once in a while,
what
we
we're.
show a video clip, but we describe it anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
You
Yeah, it's
ready?
the
You want
best
to
way.
go live?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do this thing.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good evening. WWTF Radio on the Podbean Network proudly presents What's the Buzz Podcast. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Mad Dog DeCipio. Join us, I am each and every week by the Pitbull, Amelia, the Pitbull. I call you Pitbull, everybody. People,
Yep.
she looks like a puppy dog. She's not a Pitbull. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, she's a Pitbull.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a fierce pit bull. So listen, a lot of reaction to the announcement I made a couple days ago on unsocial media. As a matter of fact,
Absolutely.
we you want to tell everybody what we did? You want the honors of telling everyone?
And yeah, unfortunately, they made the Mad Dog mad. First of all.
Yeah, boy.
Yep. They
Yeah.
messed with us here and did not agree with one of our videos, one of our shows of 9/11. Actually, YouTube.
It's interesting
Yes,
that they said that they pulled the video,
but
they didn't.
mm-mm.
What they pulled, let me tell you what they did, because let me show you how smart these assholes are. They pulled the radio feed. That's what they did. They pulled my radio feed from YouTube, but they left the fucking video up there.
Yes, they did. So that's
You know what?
smart, right?
I guess, yeah, they're real smart, okay? But guess what?
Mm.
I still don't give a shit. I'm not going back to YouTube.
No, absolutely
If you're
not.
going to do that with one video, you're going to do that with tens of thousands.
Mm-hmm,
And they
exactly.
do every day. They pull innocent people's videos. Do you know you can show a suicide on YouTube?
Yes.
You can show a child being molested on YouTube. You can show an animal being killed on YouTube. But you can't say Jesus, God, Buddha, Allah. You can't say Jehovah. You can't say any of these words. You'll get a strike against you.
Oh, absolutely.
For offending somebody's religious beliefs. Are you fucking kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
That's the world that we live in, okay?
Yes.
And I am not a part of that world anymore.
No. Yeah, they can show a man being beheaded.
It's
they
like
can
the Bible says,
Satan.
I'm in the world, but not of the world.
No.
Okay? Real fucking simple.
Yeah,
YouTube, you can keep your fucking shit to yourself. And if you want to delete my channel, I don't really give a shit, okay? I really, honest to God, I don't give a fuck. I really, really don't care.
Yep.
I really don't care.
Delete button. We can press a delete button
can
ourselves,
you tell them they got me pissed off?
Oh, yeah. They made the Mad Dog mad.
Tonight, delete your unsocial media.
Yeah.
Me and the Pitbull are going to explain to you why the hell you should get out of Facebook, get out of Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Leave all of that bullshit. What happened before YouTube? and Facebook. And here's one for you. MySpace.
Yes.
Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What happened before we had all of this stuff? You know what we had? We had people talking to each other.
Families playing
Well, families
games,
talking to
board
each other.
games. Absolutely. Watching TV together.
Conversations.
Mm-hmm.
We had people communicating. That's what we had. And I'm going to tell you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you wake the fuck up, because I'm going to get loud, and I'm going to be proud to get loud. I want to tell you that you are being fucking manipulated by Mark Zuckerberg and the Zionist extremists at YouTube. You are. They may not want me to say this. I don't give a shit. They can pull my fucking videos too. I don't care. I really don't give a shit. I really do not care. So I'm giving you a moment to think about what I'm saying. I don't care. All right? Because the people who watch us, the people who listen to us, they know the truth. I'm hoping to impart some truth on you. Here is the truth. Facebook. Amelia, do you know why? I'm not even going to say that for it. Do you know why Facebook was set up?
Absolutely. I thought it was just to help people communicate, but I found out a lot more different things, actually. I found out it was more for evil.
Yeah.
Actually.
Let me tell you. First of all, Mark Zuckerberg stole the idea of Facebook, okay? Because he's a fucking thief, okay? He's a Zionist thief. Here's what they did. A couple of brothers came up with the idea of Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg stole their coding for Facebook.
Wow.
And he created his own thing, this thing we call Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
It was called the Facebook. It was called the Facebook. Somebody suggested to him, dropped the from Facebook. Just call it Facebook. And that little dropping the from Facebook made Mark Zuckerberg a gazillionaire.
What an underhanded thief.
What a piece of shit he is.
Yes.
A Zionist piece of shit. Okay? Here's why Facebook was set up. To cause strife, division, turmoil, polarization, to separate young from old, to separate male from female, to separate mother from father, brother from sister, aunt from uncle. It was designed to completely and utterly polarize you with the help of the United States government. How do we know that? Go on Facebook and read the posts. Facebook speaks for itself. I don't need to speak for Facebook. Okay? Because we're going to get into YouTube and some of that other shit too. Because I got a problem with all of them. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. And by the way, we have accounts on every one of them. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We use them to our advantage. All right? I want people to understand something. I'm not anti-social media. I'm anti-social media for a purpose and with an agenda. Okay? The agenda of Facebook is to cause turmoil, to cause political dissension. If God forbid, the two biggest things on Facebook that'll get you in trouble: politics and religion. And let me tell you what, folks, Facebook is full of plenty of both of them. Politics and religion, they are the two. When I grew up, there were three things we were never allowed to talk about at the dinner table: politics, religion, and sex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Facebook wants you to talk about all three of them. Why? Why would they do that, Neil?
To get people to argue with each other. And
exactly. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it. That's it. Did you hear
Yeah.
what she said? Did you
Argue.
hear what she said? To get people to argue with each other, to get them to fight. Do you know? I'm laughing because it happened yesterday. I hold the record for the shortest Facebook friend in history. 12 seconds.
Wow.
Guy friended me. He put something on my page. 12 seconds later, boom, you're gone. Deleted and blocked. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a friend of Charlie Norris.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend. It was Charlie Norris. Was the mutual friend. I thought to myself, really? You're a friend of Charlie talking like this? If Charlie knew how you were talking, he'd bitch slap you himself. You fucking kidding me? Unbelievable. So, yeah. So I just, you and I, Amelia, privately, we had this talk. So let's tell everybody, publicly, we are fighting back.
Absolutely,
We're
we are.
fighting back for free speech, for freedom of the press, for the right to be heard. If YouTube won't hear us, then fuck YouTube. We don't need you. We don't need you that bad. Facebook, we don't need you either. If I am this close, ladies and gentlemen, to leaving every single social media we have, I mean every Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Yuvu, Vimeo. We're already out of YouTube, so we don't have to consider YouTube anymore. But our show, thankfully, is heard around the world via radio.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I don't need your Facebook, Mr. Zuckerberg. Okay. Berg. I don't need your Facebook, Berg. All right. Amelia.
And we just got some brand
Vent.
new stations too all the time. So, I mean, we're
Vent
getting
a
new
little.
people.
Vent.
And also, let me tell you something. I am sick and tired of this Facebook and anywhere you want to say the hidden messages that you're putting out there, these statues that you can want to take down of our history and put these Satanist statues
Oh,
instead.
yeah. Don't even get me started with that
And
yet.
that
Oh,
makes me
wait,
so
please.
angry. And then also putting
Facebook's trying to erase
Yeah.
our history.
that makes me mad. And also, too, another thing, telling children up to the age of 4 that they can be whatever they want to, and then the age of 4 they can decide if they want to be a boy or a girl. Give me a freaking break, okay?
No,
And
if you're a
then
boy, you're a boy. If you're a girl, you're a
exactly.
girl.
And 3, if 4, and another thing, having people dressed up like women that are really men going to read to your children. I'm sorry, that is where I draw the line. Okay, I am sorry if you don't like that, but that's just
Yeah.
too damn bad. All right.
And that's why
You
before
don't show
Facebook,
that on TV, on Facebook Live or anything like that.
yeah,
No way.
uh-uh.
Period.
That's why Facebook is a lot like a television. You
Exactly.
can turn it off.
Exactly. Turn it off.
Turn it off.
Do not let your children see that. Please don't do that.
Remember
Love your
something.
children. Don't do that.
Facebook is an app. Do you understand? Facebook is an app. You can install it, you can uninstall it. If it's in your browser, you can delete it. It doesn't have to be there. And if you want, you can delete your account, which I'm going to do shortly.
Absolutely.
Okay?
And also these other apps like Instagram, they have apps that you could go to and this fan was it fan only or only fans that you have to be a
Oh,
certain age.
that's sex shit.
That is horrible. I mean, they say that
Yeah.
they're 18. How do you know that what your kids are
You
watching?
don't know.
You don't know.
You
And
don't
another
know.
thing, these perverts are
It's
uh
all it's you. Oh man, don't even get
you
me
know,
started.
that's just another
We're
thing.
doing. We should tell
Stop.
people we're
You know.
doing a show
Yes.
next year.
Uh-huh.
It's already on the schedule. We're doing a
Mhm.
show on the adult entertainment industry
Yes, we are.
and how people, everyday mom and pop,
Mhm.
are turning to the porn industry now.
Yes.
Okay. Right now, I want you to just off the top of your head,
Hmm.
how many porn sites do you think there are in America? Just America.
I'm gonna say over 100 or so,
100?
maybe 1,000.
What if I were to tell you there are more than 500,000?
Are you freaking kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. There are over 500,000. The actual number is close to 900,000.
Oh my God.
Almost a million. Okay.
That's ridiculous.
Almost a million porn sites just in America. Okay. The conservative number is 500,000.
That's ridiculous.
What they have, what they call a conservative number and an outside number. Okay. The conservative number is 500,000 minimum. The outside number is as high as 900,000 adult sites.
That's ridiculous.
And they're all amateur sites. There are no more professional porn stars, because, because Joe and Mary next door are fucking porn stars now. Okay? This is the kind of shit we're talking about. This is what Facebook and Instagram and places like that, this is what they're promoting.
Oh, yes.
They also promote good stuff. I'm not taking anything away from them. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. I'm not taking anything away from the fact that they do some good.
Mm-hmm.
But they do an awful lot of damage, Amelia.
Yes, they do. They do.
So,
it can hurt a marriage, too, very badly.
Oh, God, absolutely. It could destroy a marriage. Destroy it. Absolutely. So, yeah. So what are your thoughts on all of this? So I'm asking you because other than my wife, you're the only person I know that really uses social media a lot. Now, everybody knows my wife loves TikTok. She loves to watch TikTok because some of those, but she watches like recipes. She watches funny videos. She likes to watch uplifting videos. But then there's an awful lot of good stuff on TikTok.
Oh, absolutely. There is. I mean, there's a
lot of shit on TikTok.
There is. There is.
So talk to everybody.
There is. I mean, there's a lot of great things you could learn from TikTok, stuff that you could, you could make stuff really dirt cheap, like things you could find in your drawer that you never thought you could find, do. And that's like, oh my God.
They call them now. It's funny. They call them life hacks.
Yeah.
They call them hacks.
I didn't think you could find and do stuff like that. It's like, oh my gosh, you could do it's like a MacGyver kind of thing,
Yeah,
but
I got one of the MacGyver things in my cabinets right now, made out of
something like that. But then
Anita went out and I got to tell you what she did.
Oh, what did she do?
Anita went to the dollar store.
My favorite
wife,
store, by the way. I love that store.
Because she goes on TikTok and this is what she does. She researches, right? So she goes on TikTok and she finds this hack about how to, this is funny, about how to line up your pots and pans lids.
Yes.
Right? She does. She bought shower hangers.
Yes.
Okay. You hang these things on your shower. It's like a caddy, and you put your soap and shampoo in there.
Yeah.
She bought 4 of them. And she said, watch this. She interlocked them together. And she tied them together with zip ties. And then she put them in the cabinet. And then she put the lids on them, like pots and pans lids, right? And they fucking stayed.
Yeah.
Right?
That works. Yeah.
I said, where'd you learn this shit?
TikTok. Yeah. You could do a lot of nice things with that, but then
you can find some interesting shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's found some good recipes on TikTok. Yeah, I'm not, and I'll be honest with you, I watch TikTok myself. I like to do the little reels that they do.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then I watch a fair amount of them, but I don't sit there
No.
like Anita does, like for
Mhm.
hours on end. Because she really get into this stuff.
Oh yeah, and
You
then
know?
I get into it to do a lot of research for our shows because there's a
Well,
lot of
yeah,
people that we
absolutely.
find, but then there's a lot of stuff that
What?
ticks me
But
off.
in fairness, though, Amelia,
Mhm,
let's be honest about it.
mhm, mhm.
TikTok has banned some of our stuff too.
Yeah, they have banned a lot of our stuff because they didn't like a certain thing that I put on there from our show from Richard Ramirez.
Okay, but yet you can show somebody killing a dog.
Exactly, you could show that,
I
but you
I
can't
don't
show a
understand.
little symbol on his head. I'm like, "Come on, really?"
Does this make any sense to
It
you?
No, it
Please
doesn't.
tell
It
me.
makes me mad because I if they can show all that, they can show, the devil and everything like that. They can show people dressed like the devil. They could
They can
show
show that,
people
but they can't show a pentagram on his
but they can
hand.
show a pentagram on a hand because they think that they shouldn't like that. Or they can't show somebody about alcohol or smoking a cigarette, but yet they can show somebody dressed like the devil, talking like the devil, doing Satan worship, live Satan worship on
Yeah.
TikTok. And that makes me mad. And mine was just a little bitty symbol. Come on, give me a freaking break.
Right now on TikTok, we
Yeah,
have
there's people doing
right now,
spells and
we
devil
have
worship
on
right now, live
right
right now.
right now on TikTok. This podcast, What's the Buzz podcast?
Hmm.
I have a video on our TikTok right now of Anton LaVey. Do
Hmm.
you know who Anton LaVey is? Tell me
You're,
if you don't.
I don't remember. I remember the name, but I don't remember who he is.
Anton LaVey is the founder of the Church of Satan.
Oh, okay, now
He
I remember.
founded the Church of Satan.
Hmm.
Okay. You know the song Hotel California by the Eagles?
Yes, I do.
It
Hmm.
was written for Anton LaVey.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. That song was inspired by Anton LaVey. Anton LaVey was a devout Satanist. He was a satanic priest. He was the head of the Church of Satan. He
Hmm.
founded the Church of Satan. He is on our TikTok right now, on ours right now,
Didn't he?
and nobody has said a word.
Didn't I hear a rumor that he repented right before he passed away?
No,
It No,
no, he
so
did
that was
not.
just a rumor.
That
Okay.
was a rumor. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Anton LaVey died going, Hail Satan. That man wasn't repenting for nothing.
Hmm.
He didn't want he hated God, and he was a devout Satanist. And look, there's God and there's Satan. You got to pick a side.
But
That's all.
yet, if they show anything about God, they're quick like that to ban that really quick.
Oh yeah. Well, it's another thing. Facebook too.
Yeah.
Pastor Steve, who has been a guest on our show,
Mhm.
he posted, and I want to make sure because I have it here. I
Mhm.
want to make sure I quote this because it's really important. Here we go. He put this quotation on Facebook.
Mhm.
Be still and know that I am God. Facebook covered that with an offensive warning label.
But he wasn't
It
saying
said
anything bad.
the Facebook said this might be offensive to some people. It says, be still and know that I am God. Now you tell me, how on earth does that offend anybody? It's like anything else. If you don't like it, keep your mouth shut and move on.
Do you think if they would have replaced God with a devil, they would have left it like that as is and
Well,
moved
no, but
on?
you have to understand what Facebook is. Facebook was founded by a Zionist extremist.
My goodness.
Okay, you want me to spell it out? JEW.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can't say the word. I have to spell it, folks.
Mhm.
Okay, that's who a Zionists are. Mark Zuckerberg. You could talk about the devil all you want, but God forbid if you mention God.
Hmm.
Okay. That's what you're dealing with. This is my free speech, folks. And if Facebook doesn't like it, they can take me off their fucking. I don't care. I don't really fucking care. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
like
might be
about
a real short show tonight, and I don't really give a fuck.
2 months ago, I posted this video, this little meme about this old ladies drinking some alcohol, and they had like a pole, you know how these stripper poles in the middle,
Yeah,
and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna have fun, I guess, but I'm gonna have to do this for a living because I need a second job or something like that." They took
yeah.
that little meme off there because it said something about they thought this was offensive for older ladies having a
Oh,
second job.
jerk me
Can you
around.
believe that? And then
Yeah, I
they
can
went
believe it.
back. Yeah, and then they were like, they came back and said, "Oh, we apologize. It wasn't offensive." I'm like, and I wrote back to them and said, "Oh, well, you didn't find this offensive, but I found you offensive for thinking it was offensive." And I told them to fuck off.
Good.
I did. I told them to say,
Oh,
so
you listen to
I
that.
I told them to.
Amelia Pitbull Chapman said, "Fuck off."
I
Wow.
did. I told them. I said, "Well, fuck off." And I'm surprised they didn't
That's the
ban
first
me.
time you've ever cursed on the air. Wow, I'm proud of you.
Well, they made me that mad. I mean, come on, just a little bitty meme. Come on, of an old lady. It wasn't even nothing wrong with that.
Well, I understand that, but
And
look,
I
you're
was
preaching to the
really
choir, kid. I got news for you.
it was just a
You're
little bitty
preaching to the
innocent thing.
choir. I'm with you on this.
Uh-huh.
Remember, I'm with you on this,
Mhm.
okay? If this was my idea to do
Well,
this.
and then this other one for Christmas, okay, it was 2 reindeer. I don't know if you've seen it. They're skating, and then there's a hole in the ground where it's, you know how the pond turns into ice.
Yeah,
And he says, "Why?" It says ice hole, which is ice hole, and
yeah,
the other deer says, "What'd you call me?" He
yeah.
just
I
says
know ice
ice
hole,
hole,
yeah.
and they thought that
Yeah.
was offensive. Excuse me, there's nothing wrong with
Look,
ice hole.
here's what it comes down to.
Uh-huh.
It's Christmas time,
Yeah.
okay? They don't want the word Christmas mentioned because
Hmm.
it has the word Christ in it.
Well, Merry
And remember, the
Christmas,
Jews killed
Facebook.
Christ. Look, you may not want me to say it, but I'm going to say it. The Jews killed Christ, and Facebook is run by
Mhm.
Mr. Zuckerberg, okay?
Uh-huh.
And they don't want any mention of Jesus and Christmas on Facebook.
Well, Mr. Zuckerberg, if you're listening, Merry Christmas, and whoever runs Facebook, Merry Christmas to you all. There you go.
Absolutely, it's
I
Merry
said
Christmas.
it.
It's not Happy Holidays, okay?
Yeah, Merry
It's Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
And that's what I'm going to put on our page. Merry Christmas to all.
Absolutely. I want you to listen to something.
Mhm.
This is Elon Musk. I love Elon Musk because he just bought Twitter and he fired fucking everybody.
Yep, and he's going to restore a lot of people's accounts. Did you hear that?
I did,
Mhm.
including mine, by the way.
One of the issues with social media, it's been pointed out by many people, is that I think maybe particularly Instagram, people look like they have a much better life than they really do.
Right.
So
By design.
yeah, people are posting pictures of when they're really happy. They're modifying those pictures to be better looking. Even if they're not modifying the pictures, they're at least selecting the pictures for the best lighting, the best angle. So people basically seem they're way better looking than they basically really are.
Right.
And they're way happier seeming than they really are. So if you look at everyone on Instagram, you might think, man, there are all these happy, beautiful people, and I'm not that good looking, and I'm not happy. So I must suck, you know, and that's gonna make you feel sad. So when in fact, those people you think are super happy, actually not that happy. Some of them are really depressed. They're very sad. Some of the happiest seeming people, actually some of the saddest people in reality. And nobody looks good all the time. It doesn't matter who you are. So I think things like that can make people quite sad.
Well, you
just by comparison, because you just sort of people generally think of themselves relative to others. We are constantly rebaselining our expectations. And you can see this, say, if you watch some show like Naked and Afraid, or, you know, if you just go and try living in the woods by yourself for a while, and you'll learn that civilization is quite great. It has a lot of it. People want to come back to civilization pretty fast on Naked and Afraid.
I'm not normally an advocate of regulation and oversight
I mean, I think one should generally err on the side of minimizing those things. But this is a case where you have a very serious danger to the public. And therefore, there needs to be a public body that has insight and then oversight on to confirm that everyone is developing AI safely.
He's talking about artificial intelligence when he says AI.
Civilization is quite great. It has a lot of it. People want to come back to civilization pretty fast on Naked and Afraid.
I'm not normally an advocate of regulation and oversight. I mean, I think one should generally err on the side of minimizing those things. But this is a case where you have a very serious danger to the public. And therefore, there needs to be a public body that has insight and then oversight on to confirm that everyone is developing AI safely. This is extremely important. I think the danger of AI is much greater than the danger of nuclear warheads by a lot. And nobody would suggest that we allow anyone to just build nuclear warheads if they want. That would be insane. And mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes. Far. So why do we have no regulatory oversight? This is insane. I'm not really all that worried about the short-term stuff. Things that are... like narrow AI is not a species-level risk. It will result in dislocation, in lost jobs, and the sort of better weaponry and that kind of thing. But it is not a fundamental species-level risk, whereas digital superintelligence is. So it's really all about laying the groundwork to make sure that if humanity collectively decides that creating digital superintelligence is the right move, then we should do so very, very carefully. Very, very carefully. This is the most important thing that we could possibly do.
I want you to listen to every word he said. This is a guy, he's considered one of the brightest men in the world. He's certainly one of the richest. And he's not all that old. He's only 56, 57. We're talking about a guy, and in fact, I'll find out right now. I'm really curious.
Yeah. And he just
I
decided to
don't
buy
even know
the
how
Twitter.
old Elon is.
Yeah.
How old is Elon Musk?
Yeah.
51.
51. Yeah.
Are you
my
kidding
age.
me? Okay, now think
He's
about
my
this.
age.
He's 51 years old. And he's worth almost, his personal worth is almost $1 trillion.
Wow.
I want you to think about what I just said, okay? He's worth in excess of $1 trillion. Bill Gates doesn't have that kind of money. Okay? Donald Trump don't have near that kind of money. Not even close. He's not even in the same stratosphere.
No, he's not.
Okay? Elon Musk is 51 years old. And you got to think to yourself, how did he acquire such massive wealth? Simple. By being very good at what he did. And maybe having somebody that believed in him.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay?
He wants to improve the world, and Bill Gates wants to get rid of the world.
Yeah, Bill Gates does want to get rid of the world. Bill Gates wants the world for himself.
Absolutely, he does.
We know that. He's trying to. Do you know that Bill Gates is trying to outlaw meat?
Oh, really?
He's trying to outlaw meat. I'm not even making this up. He's trying to outlaw meat. And if you don't believe me, go look. Go on Google. You all have a computer. You all have a smartphone. Bill Gates wants everybody to eat synthetic food. Synthetic. It means like artificial food. Where did people of my generation hear this before? There was a movie many years ago called Soylent Green. Okay? Soylent Green was a film about a society that ate artificial food. Okay? Made of soy. All right? We're eating it now.
Oh yeah, especially the high
You don't
fructose
know
corn
what's
syrup
in the
stuff,
meat you're eating. You don't know if it's real meat or what.
or what's injected in that chicken that we eat that used to be this big and now the breast is like this huge
Well,
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, super chickens.
And then the high fructose corn syrup stuff that they're putting in everything pretty much. That's the first
Incredible.
ingredient that you have.
So,
It's ridiculous.
so, and Rocky is back down here. My dog came to visit me again.
He wants daddy.
Yeah, no, it's just because my wife wants to kill him right. Nita, I was
He's
telling everybody
old.
how much you love TikTok. Yeah, my wife just came down with the dog to visit.
Oh yeah, it's you find some great things on there, and some of them you won't, and it's just you find some great
Yeah, I
research
was
on
telling
there.
everybody about your cabinet hack with the pot lids and stuff. Yeah, I told Amelia and everybody.
Yeah, and you find some
So,
great stuff, and
oh yeah,
Instagram, you find some great pictures of things you haven't seen in a long time. I mean, that's great to
she loves TikTok. She's on
yeah,
it all the time.
and of course Facebook.
There's some good recipes on it, though,
It
for real.
does. We have tried some stuff on there, and there's really good stuff. We did some chicken with some lemon-based stuff,
I
and it
will
was
admit,
really,
I
really
found
good.
one of my favorite meals. I want to just tell everybody
Mhm,
one of my favorite meals. It's a one pan chicken dish with
mhm,
chicken and rice,
mhm.
couple cans of soup, some rice and some chicken.
Yes.
I look like Gordon Ramsay, baby. Let me tell you something.
I wanna see that picture.
Yeah, because you don't have to do nothing. Open up a couple of cans and some rice. That's it. You're good to go.
There you go. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, there's
Hey,
some
look,
great
it was delicious. It was
yeah,
really
there's some
good.
great things on there, but I mean,
So
a
that's
lot
Elon Musk
mhm.
talking about,
Hopefully, he'll have
he's
Twitter
telling
to get
you,
better.
Elon Musk is telling you, be careful.
Yeah, it
The
better
guy who
to
just bought Twitter is telling
mhm,
you, be
and he's
careful.
saying, "Go to Twitter." He's saying, "Go to Twitter."
Yeah, go to Twitter. Absolutely. He
Mhm.
owns it.
Yep.
You
Like,
know,
you'll have to show me how to use it because I'm not a Twitter user, so somebody's gonna have to show me.
Twitter's is so easy,
Mhm,
and it's you put you're in your own little bubble on Twitter.
mhm,
We have our space on Twitter.
mhm,
That's where we do business. Nobody bothers us. People want to follow you, they follow you. If they don't, no problem. You don't friend people and unfriend them. People
mhm.
follow you or they unfollow you. That's all. And you never know if they do or don't. So it doesn't
Right?
doesn't to me. It doesn't really. I don't really care.
Yeah, that's
But
the
I'll
best
tell
part.
you what I do care about. I do
Mhm.
care deeply about censorship.
Yes.
I do care deeply about having our voice heard.
Yes.
One of the things that we talked about, I guess it might have been. I'm trying to remember when it was, Amelia, when you and I were talking about the whole thing with YouTube taking our video down, and
The
did they
Section
take it
11.
down and did they
Mhm,
not take it down? Because Amelia and I received an email that
mhm.
YouTube took down one of our videos for violating community standards. We went back there and our video is still there. This is
Yeah.
5 days later now. It's still there. So I'm trying to figure out what they took down, and it hit me. They took down the radio feed to our video. Here's what I said then. The vastness of the internet and why YouTube no longer matters. Censorship occurs when individuals or group tries to prevent others from saying, printing, or depicting words and images. By its very definition, that's censorship when you try to stifle somebody else's free speech. Censors seek to limit freedom of thought, freedom of expression, freedom by restricting spoken words, printed matter, symbolic messages, freedom of association, art, music, movies, television, internet sites. When the government engages in censorship, First Amendment freedoms are implicated. Listen to what we're saying here. The Constitution of the United States says you have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It
Yes.
says that you have the right to free speech, free press, the right to bear arms, the right to live as you choose to live, to say what you choose to say. That is your unalienable right as a citizen of the United States. Not because I say so, but because there's a document called the Constitution of the United States, and I use it on this show every time I go on the air. Various groups have banned or attempted to ban books since the beginning of time, the invention of the printing press, in fact. One of the very first books, Amelia, what do you think? One of the very first books they tried to ban, what do you think it was?
From schools or just in general itself?
One of the very first books in history.
Probably the Bible.
They tried to ban the Bible. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and you're right about schools too. Yeah, they tried to ban books from school too. They want the true stuff. They want the true stuff to remain hidden, but they want to perpetrate the lies in schools. The First Amendment guarantees freedom of speech, freedom of press, integral elements of democracy. Since Gitlow versus New York, 1925, the Supreme Court has applied the First Amendment freedom of speech and press to the states through the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment. Why we are leaving YouTube out of protest in favor of the First Amendment. And I said this the other day, I'm just going to say it this way. Suffice it to say, as succinctly as possible, we will not and we cannot allow ourselves to be bullied, beaten down, banned from our God-given right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness and free speech. Nor will we be the victims of verbal suppression or stifling at the hands of the strong-arm tactics perpetrated by the branch of unsocial media's Gestapo group called YouTube. We will, in fact, leave YouTube, and we have, in fact, left YouTube. This, for us, is a happy, happy day. And it's even happier now that I have expressed it fully on the air in a full formatted show to tell people it's real. You don't know how seriously I take the absolute right to free speech. It is critical. It is imperative. It's imperative as a citizen of the world, as a citizen of this country, and as a human being created by God to be able to say and do as I wish, to live where I wish, to eat and consume what I wish, to pray to whatever God I choose, and no one has the right to stop me. I dare you. I dare you.
Yes, and if we want to say the Pledge of Allegiance before each and after every show, we will do that, or whatever we want to. If you don't like it, we will do that. If you say it's not allowed, we're going to do it anyway. If you don't allow us to cuss, we're going to do it anyway.
That's an interesting proposition.
You know,
I might have to come up with a video just for that.
I mean, think about it. If they're gonna allow that, if they're gonna allow different religions in schools to have their own room to pray, each colleges, but they cannot allow people like that have the Bible to have their own room because it's against a religion, but they can allow different religions to have a room to spread their little carpets to have that. I think that's bullshit.
Well, I agree with you.
Because, like, let's say you or I had the Bible and we weren't allowed to bring our Bible, but other people had their little carpets that they could bring.
Well, and I got news for you. You know something?
That's ridiculous.
Those little carpets don't bother me.
They don't can have their own room, but you and I can't bring our Bible.
No.
You know what I mean?
What bothers me, the Muslims do not pose a threat to me. The Muslims do not bother me. What bothers me is a group of Zionists who think they own the world, who think because they're God's chosen people that they can do no wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because they believe that. They believe that. They honestly believe it in their heart and soul.
Mm-hmm.
We're God's chosen people. We can do no wrong.
Right.
If that's the case, if they are God's chosen people,
Mm-hmm.
then that means that we're not. And if that's the case, then I don't need God and he don't need me.
Right.
I'd
That's
like to
true.
believe, however, that
Mhm.
there's more to the story than that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to believe that God chose the Jews. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
They are the chosen people. The Bible says the Jews are God's chosen people. But he never said what they were chosen for.
Right.
You know what I think they were chosen for?
Mm-hmm.
Persecution, because they killed Jesus.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I think. And if I'm wrong, then God will tell me one day himself.
Yeah, that's true.
In the meantime, I want to welcome some new radio stations. What's Buzz Podcast wants to welcome Radioactive FM 88.6 in Wellington, New Zealand, Radio Perth, Australia, and RTL Radio 102.5 in Milan, Italy. Welcome aboard, and welcome to the Buzz. All right.
Wow.
Fantastic.
That's nice.
Yeah. Liking it. See, Facebook and YouTube may not like us, but we are loved in Europe. They love us.
Absolutely. Congratulations. Welcome to our world.
Yes, welcome to my world. I'll tell you, speaking of welcome to my world, I am going to Thursday of this week. You and I, it's funny. You and I were talking about doing a show on celebrity lookalikes. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Oh yes,
Well,
absolutely.
we're going to do that show.
Oh, great.
We're going to present a couple of guys that look an awful lot like a couple guys from the band Kiss.
Oh, wow.
Before I show you them,
Mm-hmm.
let me show you this. This is going to blow your mind. Check this
Okay.
out. Right? Watch this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow is right. Watch. These are lookalikes.
Really? Oh my goodness.
By the way, the green check mark is the real person, and the pink is not. That's the impersonator.
You sure you don't have them backwards?
This guy here, watch. This guy's a dead ringer for Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You sure you don't have them backwards?
Yeah, right. Look at this one. This is Margot Robbie from what's his name? Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go. Looks just like her.
Very much like her. Oh my God.
Right, George Clooney.
Oh,
Prince Harry. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a reality show with him.
Katy Perry.
Wow.
Johnny Depp.
Wow.
Colin Farrell.
My favorite actor of all time.
Look at this one.
Oh my gosh.
This guy is a dead ringer for Gordon Ramsay.
You cannot tell them apart.
You can't.
No.
This guy, I mean, you want to talk about like a dead ringer. This guy he's like Ramsay's twin brother. Like he really looks like Gordon.
You can tell them apart by their face, but that's it, basically.
Yeah. It's crazy,
Especially
isn't it?
that. Oh my gosh. Whoopi
Yeah.
Goldberg. I thought, I was like, are you
She
sure?
looks just like Whoopi.
Yeah, it's like,
Well, let
are
me
you
tell you who
sure?
we got coming on Thursday night. We have a young man I met a couple months back. His name is Michael Santo.
Okay.
I said, brother,
Mm-hmm.
you look just like Gene Simmons. And he was like, he said, thank you, of course.
Uh-huh.
I said, how it started was he
Mhm.
had made a post on Facebook about wrestling.
Mhm.
And I talked about, I was a wrestling fan. I said, you look just like Gene.
Mhm.
Let me show you this guy. And then I thought to myself, well, he looks a lot like Gene, right?
Mhm.
Then he says, I got a friend. He says to me, I got a friend that looks just like Paul Stanley.
Wow.
I'm like, you shitting me? Are you kidding? Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
One lives on the East Coast, one lives on the West Coast. They're on two different coasts.
Wow.
Check this out, folks. This is Michael Santo and Gil Garcia. Respectively, they are Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. Watch this.
Wow.
Isn't that remarkable?
Wow. Talk about look-alike, all right.
Yeah. They look just like them. I went, that's crazy.
Wow.
First of all, it's hard to find
Mhm.
a Paul Stanley lookalike.
Oh, I
Because
bet.
Paul has a very unique, he's got a very interesting look.
Mhm. His
He's a
features.
good-looking guy.
Mhm.
And so is Gene too. Back when he was younger, he was a good-looking guy. Now he looks like an old shit. You know,
But I bet you
his
this one's
age is
nicer though.
his age is starting to catch up with him.
Mhm.
Here's the thing: he's 73 years old. He's
Yeah,
not a young guy.
they're getting up there in age because they've been around for a
Yeah,
long
and
time.
Paul is like 70,
Mhm.
71.
Yeah.
These are not young guys.
No.
They look great for their age.
Yeah, they've been
They
they've been around doing great music.
Yeah, no, they look amazing for their age,
Mhm.
but they're not kids. But
Mm-mm.
you're talking about a guy that's that's 70 years old plus, and a guy in his 30s that looks like each other. Okay,
Mhm.
so that should tell you all you need to know.
Mhm.
That if he looks that much like him at this age, imagine when Gil and Michael get older,
Right?
they're gonna grow old looking like Kiss.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
amazing.
Yes.
So
And I
Amelia the
wanted to
Pitbull Chapman, my producer Amelia
Mhm.
Chapman.
I just wanted to
Um,
say to the Kirstie Alley's family, we send our condolences
oh
to them
God,
as well.
yes, thank you
She was
so
a
much for
wonderful actress. I loved her so much.
yeah.
And her
It's
death was
interesting though. It's really, really interesting that Nita and I were talking about this.
Mhm.
They have all this fame and all this money,
Mhm.
but she was a part of Scientology,
Mhm.
and they frown upon medical doctors. Now, I don't
Mhm.
know why they do,
Yeah.
but do you think that Kirsty might have lived had she been treated? I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I honestly, yes, because they found that cancer real late, and I found that it was, I believe they said there was a rumor it was colon cancer or something like that, but I haven't confirmed that yet, so I'm not really sure if that was what
Yeah,
it was. But
it came as a shock to me yesterday.
yeah, it was a shock to a lot of people. She was
Yeah,
71, I believe, and I believe that
yeah. And
if they had found it in time, she would have been cured. But I know that Moffat took real good care of her toward the end, and they are really,
Yeah,
great
Moffitt
organizations.
Cancer Center.
Hmm. They're a really
So
great organization.
she was in a facility then, Moffitt
Hmm.
Cancer Center.
Yes,
Okay.
and we use them a lot as well for
If
us.
there's anybody out there
Mhm,
who can, and this is an invitation, by the way, and
mhm,
I'm not judging anybody. If
mm-mm,
there's anybody out there watching or listening that can speak to us on the subject of Scientology, would you please get a hold of Amelia at aachap70
mhm,
at gmail.com?
mhm.
Okay. Or what's the buzz popcast at gmail.com? Again, what's the buzz popcast? POPCAST. What's the buzz popcast at gmail.com? I would love to have a Scientologist on the show to explain to us what they believe and what they don't believe, because I'm going by, a strict, and I'll just tell you straight up, I'm just
Mhm.
going by rumor. Okay. I don't know. I haven't researched Scientology. I know nothing about
Right.
Scientology.
Would she have lived
Um,
is longer if,
I Who
that's
the
what I
hell
want to
knows?
know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm asking. I
Hmm.
don't know. You
Yeah.
don't know either. I mean,
Yeah.
neither
We
one
don't
of
want
us.
to judge anyone until we hear the side of the story of
No,
Scientology.
I wanna
Yeah.
find out if there's anybody out there watching
Hmm.
that is a Scientologist or knows someone in the Church of Scientology that can come on and talk to us.
Yes, we would love to hear
Just
from
as
you.
an invite, that's all.
Hmm.
Again, I know that sometimes Scientology has gotten a bad rap
Hmm.
from a particular actress on television who does a Scientology show.
Hmm.
I take no side. I know nothing about Scientology, but if you'd like to come on here and talk about what your church believes, I would love to have you on as a
Hmm.
guest.
Yes, we want to hear your side
You
of the
might even
story.
convert somebody. You never know.
No.
You know. Anyway, Amelia, tell everybody what's coming up.
Yes, after that, next week after that, will be the last week of December. We actually will be on the 20th of December. We have spiritual versus religion. We will
Tell
discuss.
everybody what that is. What are we doing there?
Well, a spiritual would be like more of your what your spiritual belief is, like different beliefs in that. And religion, of course, we'll discuss different religions like Baptist, Catholic,
There
Christian.
are
Is it
people.
that?
What Amelia is telling you
Hmm.
is that there are people who are spiritual,
Hmm.
and there are people who consider themselves religious,
Hmm.
and there are people who don't believe in anything.
And anything at all. They just feel like once you
Yeah.
die, that's it, and they don't
Yeah.
believe
When
that
you die, you
anything.
become worm food.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And what do you believe in? And people, you know, have maybe
I
have lost their
happen to
religion.
believe, and I know that you're in that stage of life, Amelia, where you're
Hmm.
questioning stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm glad you are. I'm glad that we
Hmm.
kind of planted the bug to you,
Yeah.
because
And
I am in that stage of life where I know that I believe, but
hmm
I'm questioning a lot of stuff because nowadays you don't know what's real and what's bullshit.
yeah, exactly.
So you have to weed through it. But
Hmm.
I know that my core beliefs are I believe in Jesus, I believe in God.
Hmm.
That's that.
Yes. And there's
Every
more out there.
everything else besides that is up for discussion.
Right? And of course,
Yeah.
people are gonna want to question, and they have questions, what did this happen, what that happened? We want you to make sure that, are here for that. And of course,
Yeah.
on the 22nd of December, we're gonna get a little bit more deeper in this because there is something that people may not believe or may not want to understand, but uh there is something proving out there that Jesus was married to Mary Magdalene, or was he married to Mary Magdalene?
Well, there is oh man,
December 22nd,
boy,
that we're
did
gonna
you
be
open up
discussing that.
one with this.
Well, a lot of
There
people
is
wanted to know about that one.
Well, here, well, you opened it up, so let me address it. There is compelling evidence,
Hmm.
more than compelling evidence. Amelia, your background is going crazy.
I know, for some reason. There it is. Sorry about
There you
that.
go. Yeah, right there. Don't move. Don't move. There is compelling evidence to believe, to support the notion
Hmm.
that Jesus and Mary Magdalene may have been married and, in fact, may have had children.
Yes.
We are going to do a show that ties all of this together, leading up to a show called In Search of the Holy Grail.
Yes.
There are people who believe that the Holy Grail was the chalice that
Hmm.
Jesus drank at the Last Supper.
Hmm.
Not so fast, says Simke Yakovovich,
Hmm.
who says the Holy Grail was Mary Magdalene's baby with Jesus.
Exactly.
The Holy Grail was the offspring of Jesus. That's what they're
Hmm.
saying.
Yes.
And there seems to be some, substantial evidence to support this.
Hmm.
Again, you don't take my please, folks, don't
Hmm.
take my word for it.
Right. And that's going to be the
Go and
last week of
do your
December.
own research like we do.
Hmm.
Okay.
Right. But
I,
before
I
that,
know from
actually,
where I speak because I've done the research.
that's going to be
That's what I
the
do all day long. I do nothing but research.
yeah,
Okay.
that's going to be the last week of December. But before that, we're going to have a little bit of comedy after the show that we're going to do with the lookalikes. On the 13th, we're going to have a comedian by the name of Lindsay Glazier on the 13th of
Lindsay
December.
Glazier will be here. Yes, she sure
Mhm.
will.
And the 15th, I kind of wanted to bring a little bit of religion toward the end because we're getting closer to the holidays. But Amityville House, we're going to discuss that on the 15th of December. We're going to have a special guest, Courtney, uh, as well, coming to our show.
Courtney's coming in to talk about the Amityville house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Now,
that's gonna be on the
what
15th of
what
December.
expertise does she bring?
She's wanting to actually be a guest on the show because she wants you to discuss discuss that because she wants to learn a little bit about that.
Oh, she wants me to teach her about the Amityville house.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Courtney Katona.
not a problem. We can do that.
Yeah, but I wanted to discuss the end of December 1st because
I
I wanted to
can
get a little bit more
definitely
into the
smarten her
Christmassy
up on
kind of
the
stuff on
Amityville
that.
house. Absolutely. I happen to know a great deal about that. Believe it or not.
That's gonna be actually next week, folks. I skipped a little bit and
Yeah.
talked about the last
That's
week of
one of
December
my
'cause
favorite things is talking
Mhm.
about Amityville because there was a lot going on in that joint.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Mhm.
Well, I'll tell you what. It was a good show today. A really,
Oh,
really good show.
absolutely.
Of course, we are What's the Buzz podcast. We are on the road in the car. We're everywhere you are. We are right now on more than 1,000 platforms worldwide. More than 320 I think it's 322 radio stations
Mhm.
worldwide. I can give you the exact number if you want it. If it's that important to you, I will do that. And if it's that important to you, I'll give you a list. If we have a list,
Mhm.
I have the names and every radio station that we're on. So if you need it, if you want it, I can do that for you. Not a problem. So for Amelia, before we sign off, because it's 8 o'clock now. If you're going to use social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Vimeo, Twitch, whatever it may be, use it discretion on it. Okay, use it
Mhm.
discretion. In other words, be careful what you say and who you say it to. There are people behind those words.
Yes.
People get offended. People get hurt. People get angry. There's a lot of nice people who have become very, very bad people because social media has turned them into miserable people.
Yes.
So if you're going to use social media, do so at your own discretion. And if you can't say anything nice, then keep your fucking mouth shut. How about that?
And be careful who your friend as well, because you don't know who's behind that friend or that picture that
You
you
don't
actually
know
friend.
who's there. It could be a spam account. It could
Mhm.
be the police watching you. It could be a number of people.
Mhm.
So, listen, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. On behalf of Amelia Pitbull Chapman, I am Angelo, the Mad Dog DeCipio. Take care of each other. Be kind to everyone. We'll see you Thursday night. Bye-bye.